Welcome to Milfy Way Monday. Thanks for coming. So happy you could join. All right, so kids taken care of, check. House taken care of, check. Bills taken care of, check. Laundry, check. Are you ready to take care of yourself? Hell yeah, you deserve it. Let's go. Today we're gonna give some love to our mind, to our body, to our soul, and we're just gonna have a great time doing it. What do you say? I hate when I say that. I feel like an old man. Huh? What do you say? Who am I? Oh, age is doing all kinds of fun things to me. Let's go. All right, beauties. So before we stretch it out, I like to chug some water at this point. Water is so good for us. Stay hydrated, stay happy. It plumps your skin, it helps your digestive tract, you name it. Okay, you could live without food, but you cannot live without water. You can't live without food forever, but you can't live without water for I think it's 3 days or something. I don't know. I'll have to fact check that and get back to you. But let's pound it. Ready? Do it with me. 1, 2, 3, let's go. Oh, I usually do better than that. I didn't take a deep breath before. Breathing is also key. You gotta really breathe intentionally. Let's be intentional. Maybe that's what MILF stands for, is mindful, intentional, loving, fearless, all those things. You choose what you want to be and then be that. You can literally design yourself however you want to because it's your life. Cheers to your life, babe. Let's finish these. 1, 2, 3, go. All right, set. Let's begin with our feet about hip distance apart, okay? And just feel the ground under your feet. We're here. We're present. Here we are. We're on the ground. Grounded where we need to be. And we're just going to start with a couple deep breaths. Okay, let's do 3. Let's get in through our nose, out through our mouth, intentionally. Ready? And you want to breathe into your belly, okay? You want to see your belly fill up with air. I'm a shallow breather. That's one of the things that comes with anxiety is shallow breathing. What a treat that is, right? I really have to work hard to be intentional about my breathing. Otherwise, I will forget to breathe. Literally. I will all of a sudden I'll be like, oh, why is my heart racing? And I'll be like, oh yeah. Gotta breathe, all right? So we'll go more into breathing techniques and things with our mindfulness exercises, which we will get into a little bit later. But for now, we're just gonna intentionally breathe 3 times. Let's do it 3 times. If you want to stretch your arms out too, do it. Breathing just feels so good. It just feels, you just feel your body ignite, kinda. It just kind of enlivens you. Always keep a soft knee. That is okay. After 30, we start kind of, I don't want to say falling apart, but falling apart. That's why we gotta keep it together, ladies, for us and for the kids. Do it for the kids, but do it for you. More importantly, because if you don't take care of yourself, you will not be able to take care of your kids the way that you want, the way that they deserve to be taken care of. You will be aches and pains and swirly brains, and nobody likes that, It's not a content, happy place to be. And that's our whole goal here, is to find contentment in our chaotic life, which we all have chaos, but our own space, our own life, our own person. We don't have to be chaotic. We can be calm and collected amongst the chaos and content. Calm, collected, content amongst chaos. All right? MILFs, let's do it! Soft knees, because if you lock your knees out, which is so easy to do. I do it all the time. That is part of being mindful, though, is being aware of your body and catching yourself, because no one's perfect. Saying this step and doing it once, it's okay. But being mindful of, these are things that could hurt me in the future. Little things just remembering, when you're standing or working out, lifting weights, squatting, anything, walking upstairs, walking on a flat surface, try to just be gentle on your knees and don't lock them out, because that's when you can possibly get hurt. We want to avoid that if possible. All right, soft knees, and we're not even working the knees or doing anything down below yet, but we're just gonna start with a neck roll. And for all of our time's sake, we'll just do 10 rotations in each direction. Try to keep count the best you can, but hey, if you want to keep going, like if this feels so incredibly good, do it. Take care of yourself. Treat yourself with good feelings, because you deserve that. And if you find that in a neck roll, by all means, babe, get that neck roll on. Snap, crackle, and pop. Got all those little Rice Krispie elves. Are they elves? Do you guys know? What are those guys? Are they just tiny, like, creature? Are they, I don't know. What's up with the Rice Krispies, guys? What are they doing these days? Where are they now? Let me know. All right, so, ooh, that felt so good. Neck is stretched out. Maybe a couple of forward, back, a little side to side. And I don't know if you can, but I can feel this all the way down my back. Because guess what? It's all connected, babe. We're all connected. It's crazy. I try to think like that, like, ooh, I have a problem. And I'm like, okay, well, where did it stem from, literally? I've been having crazy headaches. And I'm like, okay, headaches are normal, but where is the headache located? Well, it's at the base of my skull. Okay, well, what else is at the base of my skull? Oh, well, it's my neck. And my neck is so tight because I like to carry my stress in my neck and my shoulders, which I think that's kind of typical, right? Like everyone's like, ooh, or just sitting behind a computer in a like computer chair, desk chair, office chair, whatever kind of chair, your beanbag chair, who knows, whatever you're sitting in. If you're doing this, or you're on your phone. I mean, we're all guilty of that, right? We're all on our phones, like hunched shoulders, like this, right? It's crazy. And so this just gets very tight. So, you know, do yourself a favor and just loosen her up, because headaches are no fun. All right, fun fact. I got an ulcer during COVID, and it was a combination of drinking alcohol, taking ibuprofen for pain, a shit diet, and copious amounts of stress due to raising a tiny human by myself and going through a divorce. And all of those things combined just bang right in my tummy. It was unimaginable pain. I thought childbirth and pregnancy was painful, and an ulcer is wildly painful. So I never want that to happen again, so I had to change my lifestyle. I'm that person that has to learn things the hard way and get to a point that I'm so uncomfortable before I do something, and I'm trying to change that about myself. I'm trying to learn about who I am and how my behaviors and my values, and I'm trying to stay in line with all of those. Treating your body right, treating your mind right is a key factor. Okay, anyways, back to stretching. So now we're gonna move on down to our shoulders. And again, we'll do 10 rotations. We'll go back. And when you're doing here, okay, you're gonna want it forward and feel that stretch in your upper back, up towards your ears. Oh, you'll feel it like kind of like here, and then down back, and you're gonna feel that in your shoulder blades for show. Try to touch your shoulder blades if you can. I mean, do your best to stretch all the way back, visualize that you're touching them, and then down, and again, and try to get like a big old movement, you know? If you have a shoulder injury, I don't suggest overdoing anything, but this is just to open up your body and feel good for the day. These are stretches that we should be doing every day just to treat our body right. It's not necessarily to get buff or to lose weight or anything like that. It's just to get your blood flowing, your muscles, you know, get that blood going to your muscles, get the oxygen going through your body. Those things fuel your life. We forget that. You know, I know for myself, I'm trying very hard. I'm learning every day. We're learning every day. Do we go back the other way? Okay, let's go back the other way. All right. So again, just exaggerated movements here. It makes your whole day seem easier when you don't have body aches and pains that are nagging at your mind when you have so many other things to be doing as a mom. it's crazy. It's like when you have one little thing that's off in your body, it can really throw your day. So the more you show it love and attention and get wide range of motion in all of your movements, you feel a lot more energized, and you need that energy to keep up with these kids, am I right? All right, so the upper body's feeling good. If you want to do a couple arm swings, just open up that chest. Oh my gosh, everything is like ka-ka-ka. Maybe up and down, up and down. Oh. And if you want to do like this number or something, do like a dance guy, do you, babe. Just open it up. Just get your swing on, no matter what you're doing. Swing it out. Swing it out. All right. Let's move down to the hips, right? Like we need them to work. We need to work those hips. We're just gonna do a rotation, just like a hula hoop rotation. And again, we'll just do 10 for time's sake, but if you need more, get you some. Whatever feels good, you get it. My hips tend to get very tight, and I have to sleep with a pillow between my knees now, or I won't be able to walk the next day. And I like to think that I live a rather active lifestyle, and I still have these nagging things just being, an aging woman. So I try to do everything I can within reason to combat these aging issues. Freestyle, like take a minute and just do it what feels good. Okay, hips are feeling good, hips are feeling warmed up. And we'll do a little lunge. Ooh, okay, balance. Balance is key. If you take the fundamentals of balancing on your feet and apply them to life, it kind of makes sense, right? Like to balance on your feet, you need to be focused. You need to find something to focus on and be consistent, right? About focusing on it. And then breathing. You need to breathe while you're balancing. Otherwise, if you hold your breath while balancing, you'll lose your balance. And that's what happens. We do this like the takeaway here is balancing is like life. Focus, stay consistent, and don't forget to breathe, honey. I'm super shaky, okay? Like even at the height of my fitness, I still shake when I stretch. Oh my gosh. Sometimes I feel like things are just gonna pop out of place and I'm like, oh, is that safe? But I think it's just because my muscles are extremely tight. Well, let's get an ankle roll in. Oh, you know what? Ankles? Yeah. Oh, feel free to hold on to anything, like balance is something that I'm still working on. So definitely do what feels good for you. Whatever's right for you, do that. And 10 in each direction. Something about patterns does something for me. So sometimes I like to just go, 3 to the left, 3 to the right, just do you, freestyle. But here's the thing, you're doing it, and that's what's great, because sometimes just getting out of bed is hard. So congratulations, babe. You're doing an awesome job. I've been there. Just like a couple days ago, I couldn't get off the couch. I was paralyzed with anxiety, like, what do I do? And I, even when I'm sitting in one spot, not doing anything, I'll forget to breathe. That's another thing that I've just learned throughout this wellness journey is anxiety comes in different forms. It's just in this creative endeavor for me has been a positive anxious, and it's fun and it's exciting and I love it, but it still creates anxiety for me. It's natural, and I understand that about what it is and who I am now, and so I'm not so hard on myself when I have those days. To be honest, I used the tools that I learned in therapy, and I took my thoughts and I put them on paper. I journaled it out, not in a diary sense. Putting sentences together is only easy sometimes, but I can tell you that at the height of my anxiety, sometimes all I can get out is like one word. So I'll do bullet points, and I did that. I was able to get a lot of work done. And so at the end of the day, I had thoughts of sadness because I thought, oh my gosh, I let myself waste an entire day when I could have been doing all of these things because I let my anxiety take over. But then I had a quick comeback and I said, no, wait a minute. Yes, you didn't do the things around the house that you wanted to do. You didn't finish the laundry like thought you were gonna get done. But I got great ideas out of my system on paper where I can reference back and they're not just flying out like usual. Before I started using these tools, I would sit and I would waste an entire day because I would just dwell, and then if they were negative thoughts, and there were a lot, and unknown is terrifying. When you're raising a child by yourself, you don't have someone else. I'm very lucky to have friends and family around me to support, which is wonderful. I definitely couldn't do it without them, and I hope that you have the same, because it's very important to have genuine people that care about you, that genuinely care about you, there to support you through being a mom, being a single mom, being a human. That's very important in life. If you don't have family or you're not close with your family, create your own family. I've had so many friendships in life, and now that I understand myself better, I understand other people better as well, and I'm empathetic to their life and their situations, and I've lowered my expectations of what friends and relationships should look like, because they're all different. We all have different paths, and we live different lives, and we have different situations, and we deal with different things. Knowledge is power, and the more you know about yourself, you're gonna feel more powerful. The more you know about yourself, the more confident you're gonna feel about your perception of others and situations that you find yourself in. And you'll be able to kind of observe the situation opposed to be engulfed in it. And it's easy to get engulfed in stress and sadness when you're going through lots of things in life. So let's stretch our quads. This is a good one, because our legs make up a good portion of our body, It's like you think of it as one appendage. You're like, oh yeah, it's just my leg. And then if you look in the mirror, look at how much leg is. It's like at least 30% of your body. 35%? What's that? 40% of your body is made up of your leg? I have no idea. I'm gonna look it up though. But it's a lot. And the muscles are big. They need to be stretched. My goodness. Again, if balance isn't your thing yet, I suggest holding onto something. Stabilize yourself and come out slow. Be slow and intentional and deliberate when you're stretching, because it's all part of mindfulness, right? Being present. It's easy to just be kind of robotic sometimes and just know, you kind of go into autopilot. You're like, okay, these are the things I need to do, but I'm going to zone out while I'm doing it. Like, how many times have you driven somewhere and not remembered driving there? And how terrifying is that when you get to that destination and think, holy shit, I'm sober and don't remember driving here at all. This is crazy. We all deal with that. Maybe not all of us, but I think a good majority. Oh, all right. When you're holding the stretches like that, I would say, at least 15 seconds. If you can hold it longer and want to and have the time, do that too. I just, maybe a year and a half ago, touched my toes, perhaps for the first time in my life at 37. I've just never been flexible. Touching my toes just wasn't a thing, I was just like, unless I was on the dance floor, but then I was like full bent, one of these guys. It wasn't like for stretching purposes. So I made it a goal of mine. I was like, you know what? I'm touching my toes. I need to do it. I gotta do it. I also want to do a cartwheel and perhaps the splits, but I'm in no rush, you know? Like if I'm 60 and nail the cartwheel, like then it's 60. I'm nailing the cartwheel, you know? I still try. I do a little bit every day to try to get the cartwheel. I think it's a lot of upper body strength, which has never been my strong suit, but I've been working on my upper body strength in order to achieve the goal of a cartwheel. I guess I'll have to show you guys what that looks like. I don't think I have enough room right here. Okay, well, I'll try. It's like something like, like that right now. But I, at some point very soon, want to be able to have a full extension on the cartwheel. I know I can do it. So if I can touch my toes, I can do anything, you know, because I put my mind to it. Oh yeah, you feeling good? I feel good. I've got like tingles and a little numbness in my hands, but that's because of the carpal tunnel. Actually, do y'all have these problems, huh? Are you on a computer? Perhaps this or this with a mouse, or mine was like pouring bottles. I bartended for a very long time, so doing this and like soda guns, I've got all kinds of things going on here. So it's important to keep your wrists and your fingers and everything also just stretched out. And do forward back here. Just extend your arm, pull your fingers towards you underneath, and then towards you on top. All right. Oh my God. Ooh, I'm gonna hold this one for a second. Oh, wow. And then let's do some rolly rolls. All right. Do you feel like you can move? Can you move? I feel flexible. I feel like I could, whoa, high kick. Yes, see? All right, cool. So now that we are stretched out and ready for our day, let's go talk about our mind. All right, ladies. So let's talk about our mind and co-parenting, because co-parenting can be very stressful. But let me ask you a question. Have you ever been told that you're crazy for expressing your concerns by your co-parent? Or have they ever outright denied that something happened to you or your child? Well, honey, you're not alone, okay? In fact, after doing some research, it turns out that we might be dealing with a narcissist. And this is actually a form of narcissism called gaslighting. I'm going to link the websites for everything that we've learned about today in the description below, so you feel free to gather more information as needed. But I can tell you that these terms weren't brought to my attention until going through a divorce. And all of a sudden, a lot of things started making sense for me. So if these are things that you've dealt with, I'm sure you have probably felt some type of way after an exchange with this type of person. So that is where our mindfulness exercises become so incredibly important. It's really how I've gotten through some of the toughest times during this journey. I'm going to explain one each week, and you know, there's a lot of things out there, but everybody is different. Everybody learns differently. Everybody uses different tools differently. So I just want to provide as many as I can. So hopefully at least one person will find at least one of them helpful. And that is my goal, is just to let all the mamas know that you're not alone ever. There's lots of other people going through similar situations, and every person is unique, every situation is unique, but there are a lot of commonalities that you'll find, and you're not alone. So when you're, say, you are just heated, right? Like, you're pissed, you know, you're being invalidated to your face, and that's a very frustrating feeling. In that moment, something that you can do, it's easy, it's for the most part free, assuming you have a freezer and an ice maker available. And if you don't, I suggest cold water, okay? So when you're flustered, mommy, I've been there. I know. You're don't know what to do. Sometimes I pace the house. Sometimes I don't even move. And I'm just like, oh shit, fuck, what do I do now? Like, I don't know what to do now because I'm just so consumed by whatever's going on for that moment. And to snap myself out of that moment and not let it ruin my day, I go to the freezer and I grab 2 ice cubes. I go to the sink, I stand over the sink, and I close my eyes. Okay, we'll do it right now. I close my eyes and I think about the ice, and I think about how it is making my skin feel, and how it's making all the nerves in my hands are going nuts, and like it is kind of painful, but it's kind of like nice in that moment. Kind of a weird double-edged deal, you know, because it's like, sure, it's kind of uncomfortable, but in the moment it's soothing. I encourage you to try it the next time that you find yourself in an anxiety state of mind. Grab some ice cubes, see if it helps you. Stand over the sink. Maybe if you don't want to stand, or you're just exhausted, because I've also been there, and it's like, I don't even want to stand up right now. I am that depleted. I have ice packs in my freezer. So if you have ice packs at home, they don't drip, and you can just hold on to one of those bad boys and just distract your mind from what is happening in that moment or what just took place, and focus on the present, literally the present. What is happening right now? Right now, I'm holding this ice pack and it feels like I'm possibly like freezing layers of my skin off, but it's taking my mind off of that horrible feeling that anxiety brings with it. So I hope that helps you. Here's some things that you can't do is change someone else. Here's something that you can do is don't waste your energy reacting, okay? It will leave you feeling depleted, and that just fuels them. That's what they're looking for. So try to distract yourself with a mindfulness tool. Very satisfying when you can take that time, take a few minutes, and once you're able to calm down, calm your thoughts, calm your nerves, let your heart rate come down a little bit from that adrenaline, like, wah, like just bring it on down. Don't forget to breathe. Breathing is its own mindfulness exercise, which we'll go over on another day. I really like the ice. That was something I'd never heard of before. I mean, everyone kind of tells you to breathe. That's kind of a general common sense type mindfulness tool, which is very beneficial, extremely beneficial. But I honestly suggest breathing all day, and you should get good at it. It's something that keeps you alive. When we go over that mindfulness tool, I'll teach you some different strategies of breathing, different techniques that you can do that kind of help cope with different feelings you're having. And I'll stop there because we'll go into it another day. But the ice is very cool. I couldn't help myself. I just couldn't. Anyways, once you calm down and you're able to get in what my therapist calls a wise mind, which is when your high emotional mind and your highly logical mind or reason mind come together and meet in the middle, and you can have a balanced response opposed to an off-balance reaction, which again just doesn't leave you feeling good or like you've accomplished anything, and you feel drained, and the narcissistic personality will be pumped that they were able to get a rise out of you, and it's like adds insult to injury. If this is something that you're dealing with, I am truly sorry, but I can't say it enough. You're not alone. And the good news is there's things that you can do, that we can do together, that will help ease the stress. And we just want to live our best lives, because when us as mamas, when we are living our best life, we in turn are providing the best life for our children. And living your best life, I'm sure it looks different to everybody, but at the end of the day, I think everyone wants to be happy. I'm sure there's a lot of moms that aren't going through a divorce, very happily married, that still battle anxiety just from raising kids and things, or maybe you're in a relationship and you're dealing with a narcissistic personality, which is very lonely. That's an extremely lonely feeling. You'll never get what you're looking for because your wants and needs they don't matter to a narcissist. It's all about them, and that's that. So we're gonna be mindful, and we are going to respond and not react. And we're gonna be MILFs. We're gonna be mindful, and we're gonna be intelligent, because the more you know, intelligence doesn't need to be a degree or a career. Intelligence is in anybody that chooses to learn and retain knowledge and use it to better themselves, to better those around them, to better the world in however they can. And that is true intelligence, and loving and fearless. And that last one is difficult. It's one that I'm really working towards and striving for. I would not say that I'm there yet. I'd say that I'm learning to, and I use these mindfulness tools every day. I will be sharing any and all that I know, and I will continue to further my knowledge in order to pay it forward to anyone that gives a shit, because I give a shit and I'm here. I hope you were able to gather some information out of that. I can't wait to share more. On a regular basis, I am going to do a DIY / home decor / organization / anything living space love, okay? That's what we'll call it. We're gonna do living space love for the majority. But for today, I wanted to share a hack that I recently learned I did for myself. Another thing that is concerning for most everybody, especially right now with the way the economy is, money can be tight for even those that are used to feeling very comfortable are feeling tighter right now. So budgeting and kind of cutting out the things, the kind of living on the necessities and not the wants anymore is more the lifestyle that a lot of us moms are having to do, especially if you're divorced, you know, like you may notice that you've lost everything. Not everything, because you still have yourself, and that's important, and your children, and your sanity and your happiness, your mental health, very important. That's what this is all about. Budgeting. I ended up canceling a lot of my subscriptions because my son and I, we really only watch YouTube, okay? And like my little sister, God bless her, because she was like, oh, jump on my Netflix. Don't listen to that Netflix. I heard you're gonna shut that down pretty soon. Super bummed. Come on Netflix, seriously, for the single mom's sake, can we not? Can we just not? Because I'm pretty sure that like we're all probably on a relative's, you know, or a close friend's Netflix account. So if you could just leave that still a thing, or give them like one other person maybe, and then like, yo sis, choose me. Sorry mom. But okay, so my point being, I like to keep my subscription usage to a min, right? I wanted to watch The Office, okay? Like, shout out The Office. The writing in that show is just chef's kiss, baby. Like, that is some good shit. I had been watching crime documentaries for like probably, I don't know, 5-6 months, like, and I ran out of them. I ran out of American crime documentaries and started into British crime documentaries, and then I was like, wait a minute, bitch, maybe you should like just not do the crime show thing as much, which is wildly interesting, and I definitely think that there's a psychology behind it, and I will plan on researching it more because it is part of me that I'm very intrigued and I get sucked in and I love it very much. Anyhow, I needed to switch it up. So I need to lighten my load, and I decided that The Office was the way to go. Well, I thought that was on Netflix, and then I couldn't find it. So I was like, shit, where do I find this? So I looked it up, and it's on Peacock now. So now Peacock. I'm like, what is Peacock? I've always seen it on my smart TV go by, and I'm like, I don't even know what that is. And then I'm like, well, let's research it. Well, it turns out Peacock is like an affiliate with NBC, which has all the good, right? Like, that good, that primetime good. So I'm like, well, this seems logical for me. You know, it seems like I'm gonna get bang for my buck here, but let's click one more button and see what does it cost. So I clicked the button, and it gave me two options. It was like, yo, you can pay $1.99 a month, I think, and we're gonna force 45 seconds of commercials on you. And I was like, that sucks. And then I looked down below, and it was like, here's your other option, girl. You can pay $9.99, ad-free, babe, ad-free. Ad-free, baby girl, $10 a month. And so I thought to myself, all right, $10 a month. That's $120 a year. That is versus $1.99, So we're like just below $24 a month. What is that? $23.88. Fact check me, I don't know. I think just going off memory or math, but yeah, so you get it. It's a big difference. And I thought to myself, all right, how gluttonous do I need to be? Because I've already got a free subscription to Netflix that I don't pay for without ads. Okay, needless to say, I decided to go for the $1.99 subscription, and here's why. I decided, all right, TV is a luxury, right? It's not something that I want to get sucked into, because TV is just as addictive as alcohol or drugs or gaming, whatever else. There's lots of addictive things in the world, but TV is definitely one of them. And I would say if I had an addiction, that would be it, is TV. And so I really try to limit myself and stay on balance and stay in line with my values, because there's other things to life than TV, you know? But when I am indulging, I want to get things done. So I'm going to do my laundry. I'm going to plan, all right, if I'm going to binge my shows and I just want to sit on the couch today, what can I do on the couch? Well, aside from watching my show, I could do laundry. Duh, that's where I go sit and fold it anyways, typically. So I'm just making a few trips to the garage, to my washer and dryer, and back to the couch. And I'm able to binge my shows, get all my laundry done. And here's the best part, okay? So we're productive, yet chillin', big chillin', all right? But sometimes that still feels like I still kind of am a little hard on myself. And I'm like, you could be doing more. You are being so lazy. Do something, you know? And this is just the voice here. And then my body's still chilling. But this is what I'm listening to in my head. And I'm just like, God damn it, like, you're so annoying, awful voice. Like, go away. The only way to get that bitch to go away is to do something. And so I decided, all right, you know what I'm gonna do during these 45-second commercial breaks? Squats, you know? Like, squat it out. Or do sit-ups. Or do lunges. Or do push-ups. Or do, you know, triceps on the couch. Jailhouse workouts. Easy peasy, you know what I'm saying? So that's my hack. It's beneficial AF. I would suggest going into your phone, checking your subscriptions, ditching the ones that you don't use. Because I found a few that I was like, what is that? I didn't even know I was paying for that. That adds up. And that's where my money was going. I was like, where, why, what? And it's little things like that. So if you can ditch those, you save space on your phone by ditching those apps. You save yourself money by ditching those apps. You can actually pay that bill that you've not paid. Or you can take your kid out for ice cream, buy that lipstick that you want, whatever. But subscriptions will get you. So look into that, and let's do some laundry, and let's do some exercises while being productive. All while chilling out, watching your favorite show. Does that sound good? That sounds great, right? It's like, you can go to bed after that day, you know, just feeling good. Like you got a little workout in, you got the laundry done, you got your shows in, you're totally caught up, and now you're just like, oh, I feel so good. That's what's up. The Milfy Way, baby. All right, ladies, one more thing before we go. I think it's so important to love yourself, right? Like, I can't stress it enough. Self-love is so huge, because you really cannot love anybody else until you love yourself. And a good way to do that is to literally tell yourself every day. I began doing affirmations actually before I started going to therapy. I had read a meme one day and I liked it, and I don't know if I clicked on it or something, but it brought me to some information on affirmations. And I was like, wow, affirmations, you say? Like, that's dope. You just say out loud, I'm cool as fuck. That's rad. I love that idea. Like, that sounds really easy. And then here's the thing, it may not be at first. It may be difficult for you, because it was for me. When I first said it, it was like an out-of-body experience. It was like I was just hearing words, but I wasn't believing it. And it's like I was hearing it, the words being said, but I wasn't the one saying them. I was just hearing it. And again, I wasn't taking it in. And it took me doing it. You know, they say that it takes 21 days to create a habit. And I wasn't keeping track, because I wasn't in that mindset at that time. I was just trying to find anything to feel better. So I would say probably, you know, around 21 days, probably around 3 weeks of telling myself every day, you got this, you got this. It actually finally started to seep in. And I was like, wow, I actually actually feel stronger. It's crazy. You can talk yourself into being more confident, more aware. Your words and how you treat yourself are very powerful. And if you don't treat yourself right and you're not kind to yourself, you talk badly about yourself, you're going to stay in that negative place because that's all you see and that's all you believe. And once you start tricking your mind into believing that you're the bad bitch that you are, you'll actually believe it yourself because everyone else already does. Everyone else sees what a wonderful mom you are and how kind you are and what a good heart you have and how beautiful you are inside and out. Everyone else is already seeing that, but it takes you believing it to really make a difference. And today's affirmation is I am good enough. We're gonna say it 3 times in case you forgot it the first time or you didn't hear me, okay? Say it with me. I am good enough. Say it again. I am good enough. Say it louder for the bitches in the back. I am good enough, okay? And the more you do it, the more you'll see it, the more you'll believe it. I promise it's true. You are good enough and you're doing an awesome job. In case no one told you today, you're killing it, baby girl. Keep doing what you're doing. Let's keep glowing up. Okay, let's learn together, let's grow together, and let's be incredible moms together. Share your story. I would love to hear your story. I will be piecing mine out by the week. I'll be sharing more about how and what brought me to this point and my journey along the way. And it's exciting. I'm excited to share with you guys. And I'm excited to hear what other people are going through and your experiences. And maybe, if you are ahead of me, maybe you can share some mindfulness tools or great stretches or DIY home hacks, tips, budgeting tips, anything, like I strive to build a bad bitch community right here. The Milfersons, the Milfy Way babes, the Milfy babes, just MILFs, the MILFs. I don't know. If you guys think of anything cool, holla at your girl. I'm open. Well, shit. What an awesome day. I have really enjoyed hanging out with you guys so far. I really hope that you found at least one bit of information informative. I hope you got a little nut out of this, a little something that you can either munch on now or maybe stow it away for later when you need it. And I'll always be here, I'll be right here on this channel. So if you would like to follow along, I hope you do. I would love for you to, subscribe if you found this video useful, or anything like it maybe. I don't know. It's up to you. It's your life. And don't forget that. Don't let anyone make you feel otherwise, babe. For real, this is your world. Make it what you want it to be. If you want it to be happy, let's make it happy. You deserve it, all right? So I will see you guys next Monday. I think it's a great way to start the week off with some positive energy, some positive affirmations. You are good enough. And there's so many more. And I'm very excited to just feel love, show love, give love, all the things. All right? Have a beautiful week. I wish you all the peace, all the love, and all the happiness. Okay. Goodbye, friends.